You don't need to relax. You need to wake up. This isn't a lullaby. This is a lightning strike dressed up in language. The medicine is coming through metaphor. The spell is coded in metaphor. The upgrade is being installed right now. A pattern is a loop. Imagine this like a goddamn hamster wheel made of neural pathways and childhood conditioning. You already do this. So let's chunk down to the details, like a 5-year-old. You touch a hot stove. You learn not to touch it again. You get yelled at for crying. You learn not to feel again. You get praised for performing. You learn to earn love instead of being it. Boom. Loop installed. Now, decades later, someone criticizes you and suddenly you're 5 again. Except instead of crying, you numb out, or lash out, or shrink. That's the pattern, that's the loop. Same wiring, new skin. And each time you don't catch it, you reinforce it, like laying bricks in the prison of your own mind. Strategy is code. Your strategies, they're just scripts running in your mind's internal development environment. When someone pulls away, you chase them. That's an abandonment strategy. When life gets good, you fuck it up. That's an unworthiness strategy. When you get seen, you hide. That's a shame strategy. Code isn't bad. Code is dumb, but obedient. It just executes. Your job is to rewrite that fucking code line by line, function by function. Default strategies. Default triggered by intimacy. Return to self-sabotage. New strategy. Default triggered by intimacy. Return to breathe through the fear and stay open. It's that real. It's that scientific. It's that spiritual. Reframing is leverage. Here's where the juju kicks in. The reframe is not a lie. It's a more resourceful lens. You know what a fucking microscope does? Zooms into a world you couldn't see before. That's a reframe. You already do this. When you said, that breakup destroyed me, until one day you said, that breakup rebuilt me. When you said I failed, until one day you said, I fucking learned. That's leverage. You just used language like a crowbar, and you moved reality. What if the exact opposite is true? I'm stuck in pain. What if the pain is a portal? I keep sabotaging. What if sabotage is the body's cry for rewiring? I can't do this. What if that's the last belief keeping you small? That's how you flip the script. That's how you learn to hack yourself. Identity, it's your operating system. Every decision you make gets filtered through your I am. Your identity is the operating system behind everything. I'm a burden. Leads to overgiving and self-sacrifice. I'm broken. Attracts people who need fixing or want to fix you. I'm unworthy. Rejects love even while begging for it. So how do you shift that? Notice the old loop. Like hearing a shitty Spotify playlist. Call it out. That's not me. That's the old operating system's noise. Install the update. Literally speak it out loud. I'm choosing a new fucking story today. I'm not a loop. I'm the goddamn coder. Every time you notice a loop, just notice. You collapse its power. Quantum physics, the observer, collapses the wave into form. So what do? You stop, you see it, you breathe. You make a different choice. Even if it's 1% different. You pivot the trajectory of your entire fucking timeline. That's awakening. That's healing. That's awakening, healing, and healing awakening. You already do this. You don't eat a mouldy sandwich. Why? You notice the pattern of disgust means unsafe. You stop texting someone who ghosts you. Why? You reframed lack of reply. It's not about me. You put down your phone and go for a walk. Why? You strategized movement is a dopamine reset. Now just scale that shit to your emotions. You already have the operating system. You just need to update the apps. Science and spirituality, a love story. Neuroscience says neurons that fire together wire together. Neuroplasticity, it's your brain's way of saying you don't have to stay the same, bitch. Epigenetics says your genes, they're not your destiny. Your environment, thoughts, emotions, they flip switches. Quantum mechanics says reality is a probability field. Observation changes the outcome. So when you notice the loop and choose different, you don't just heal, you shift timelines. So why are you afraid to do this? Could you think changing means dying? And you're not wrong. The old identity has to fucking die. And death feels like fear when you don't know what's next. You're afraid of how others will respond to your change. You're afraid of losing people who only knew you inside the cage. But here's the karmic price of staying the same. You keep bleeding into the same wound. You keep dating the same person in a different hoodie. You keep calling your own stuckness faith. Well, fuck that. What gets you stuck? It's the loops. If I speak up, I'll be abandoned. If I slow down, I'll fall behind. If I'm too much, I'll lose love. If I succeed, they'll hate me. These aren't truths. These are expired codes. But your scared inner child is still trying to stay alive. The sleight of mouth patterns in action. You can redefine the frame. Healing is hard. What if healing is remembering who the fuck I am? The model of the world. I don't know how. What if you've always known, but been afraid of your own power? Intent being a resource. I procrastinate. What if your nervous system is protecting you from the perceived threat? Now lead yourself, not from shame, but from truth married to leverage. Every time I feel the loop, I pause and upgrade. Every strategy that once protected me now gets refactored into wisdom. Every reframe I use becomes leverage to lift others too. My identity is fluid, adaptive, godlike, and infinitely updatable. If you don't do this, let's extrapolate. 5 years from now, same fucking loop, just older. New people, same pain. New job, same fear. Still waking up exhausted, drained by ghosts of your past self. And if you do, you're a fucking god with a laptop made of light, an identity coded in divinity. You wake up and life bends towards you like iron to a magnet. You become the pattern breaker in your bloodline. Stop pretending you don't know. Stop acting like you're stuck. You're not stuck, you're looping. And loops are coded, and code can be changed. If you can update your phone, you sure as hell can update your soul. So do it. Start now.